I just wanted to highlight that to show you that all we have to do as Muslims, number one, be proud of your Muslim identity. Number two, learn your Islam well. Number three, practice your Islam to the best of your ability. For actions speak louder than words. And you all know that in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, when he wanted to enter Mecca and do Hajj, the story of Hudaybiyah, the Meccans, people in there would not allow them to come in. So they sent a representative of them and they made a treaty, a Hudaybiyah treaty. They said, we will have 10 years of peace between the idol worshippers of Mecca and the Muslims of Medina. Neither will harm the other. Peace, and the Muslims can speak about their religion, and so can the Meccans, the polytheist Meccans can speak. Nobody will harm anyone. 10 years of peace. But in that contract, there were unfair terms. The disbelievers of Mecca said anyone who converts, for example, converts to Islam, you're not allowed to take them away. We have to keep them with us. We can imprison them, torture them, do whatever we want. And anyone who apostate, who leaves Islam and goes back to the beliefs of the forefathers of Mecca, you have to return them back to us. You can't keep them. Among other unfair terms, which aggravated the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. But what did the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ do? He accepted those terms. And to the point where the companions were so angry, because they also said, you're not allowed to do your Hajj this season. You have to go back. They had traveled nearly a month to get there. And everybody was allowed to go into Mecca. You're not allowed to refuse them. That was the Arab protocol. Everybody knew that, but they weren't allowed. Among other terms. To the point that the Prophet ﷺ took out his sheep, the udhiyah, to do the sacrifice, at least, without entering inside of Mecca. And the companions would not obey him. He said, do your udhiyah, do your qurban, do your sacrifice. And they would not obey the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet, peace be upon him, went back into his house. With him was his wife, Salama. And she saw him very worried. So what are you worried for, Ya Rasulullah? He said, my companions are not listening to me. I fear a punishment from Allah bestowed upon them, like those before me, the prophets before me and their people. And then she said to him, let me give you an idea. You go out and slaughter your sheep in front of them, and they will copy you. Because these companions love you, and they imitate you. They're just angry at the moment because it's an unfair deal. Even Umar radiallahu anhu himself says, Ya Rasulullah, are we not on the right? He said, yes. Isn't Islam the truth? He says, aren't they on the wrong? He said, yes. He says, then how can we accept to lay our heads down and accept this humiliation? Let's fight, let's fight. Rasulullah said, no, continue this way. So he went and slaughtered the sheep, and all the companions followed him. The point I wanted to highlight about this story is to show that the priority for the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and the priority in the Quran, and the priority of Islamic teachings is to have peace. Peace with the enemy. Why? To open the doors to teach Islam freely without fearing.